this the audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pay attention.
Your note card.
And then my note card. My name is Sean Richardson, and I'm doing a passionate video presentation on the food industry. The food industry, I've been in it for about 10 plus years. My very first job, again, was at Chuck E. Cheese. So I was the one making the pizzas. And inside the establishment, there's a lot to learn. There's so many things to learn. One of the things that I'm most passionate about is the food industry because there's such a big variety of what goes into the food industry. Things like cleanliness, things like preparation, and all that stuff. So one of the first things that I did learn was preparation and how important preparation was. And so inside this establishment, Chuck E. Cheese, you know Chuck E. Cheese has anything from pizza to video games to all kind of entertainment to music to everything like that. And so preparation is important, from getting who's playing Chucky, and then the stage with all the animals and things like that, and what songs they're singing and everything like that. It's a big preparation, and that's really important because the whole purpose of Chuck E. Cheese is to entertain the kids that's there and keep them entertained for however long they're gonna be there. So when it comes to like the food side and preparation, there's a lot to handle. Anything from, I would say, from the time that the product comes in, from how it's stored, what temperature it's stored at. It's very important because this stops from the people in the establishment from getting sick. And you know, of course, when it comes to people getting sick at restaurants, if any of you have ever been sick at a restaurant, gotten sick, maybe gotten food poisons because of something you ate or something like that, I mean, that's a big deal because you guys can get sick, have to go to the hospital, and then have to pay money, or the establishment suffers after that because of lawsuits, or then after lawsuits, then comes loss of wages for employers, or they may have to cut down on staff because of the lawsuit and how much money they missed, or an establishment can go out of business. So that's important. This establishment was first called Showbiz Pizza, maybe back in the late 80s, and then when it came into the 90s and the 2000s, Showbiz got changed to Chuck E. Cheese's. I'm not actually sure why, but maybe it was just a company thing. But one of the things that I also learned was cleanliness of the employees and of the establishment. So cleanliness of the employees meant showing and teaching the employees how to do proper hand washing, how to keep the establishment clean, because nobody, of course, wants to walk into a dirty, filthy, nasty, disgusting restaurant. Because I'm sure if you've ever been in a nasty restaurant, when you first walk in, you're looking at it and you're like, no, I can't eat here because it's just disgusting. So, and then the cleanliness of the employees, making sure they're following the rules, making sure they have proper protocol, because that's also important. Another thing of it is the cleanliness of the actual place. So at Chuck E. Cheese, if you guys, has anybody in here been to Chuck E. Cheese before? Okay, so you know you have the big, huge playgrounds with the slides and things like that. Like, we had to clean the entire slide plus everything on the inside of it, just for sanitation reasons, so nobody would get sick, kids with colds and stuff like that. So I mean, one time we had somebody that actually threw up in the slide, so we had to that was a pain in the behind. You know what I'm saying? So one thing, the reason why I'm so passionate about the food industry is because I'm going to be a health inspector. So that's what I'm going to be. And one of my favorite shows on is Dirty Dining. Anybody know what Dirty Dining is? It's on Channel 13 News, comes on 11 o'clock at night, and it shows the restaurants around the Las Vegas area that are not up to code with the health codes and things like that when they do inspections. So this stuff is public record, so they tell them what restaurants have failed, which restaurants have such and such things. So like one restaurant, I think downtown on Spring Mountain in Chinatown, they had a Chinese food restaurant that got, I think, docked like 50 demerit points because they had an infestation of German roaches in their kitchen. So they pretty much got shut down because of that. So that just tells me that they're not being clean like they're supposed to. And so also I went to go work at the McCarran Airport, and I was a food porter, I was a manager, and one of the things that I got to learn was techniques about cleanliness and things like that. I was a food porter for Subway, Pizza Hut, Villa Pizza, and all those other establishments inside the airport. And that's where I got my passion from, that's where I got all my experience from. And so what I want you guys to take away from this is that when you are going to restaurants, going out to eat, I would advise you to, check the restaurant out, do some research, make sure that they're a grade A, make sure that they have done what they're supposed to. Now remember, again, this is public record, so you can look this up on the internet. And also there's an app for it. So that is my video. Again, my name is Sean Richardson, and these are the 9 participants that we greatly appreciate, everybody. Also my son.
No cart, no cart.
There's my card.